I never really grew up looking at a lot of fine art. But I did grow up going to theme parks. And there's an element of craft and kind of making there that I think is really interesting and sometimes underutilized in the art world. And I think theme parks are kind of the best, but also the worst places. Like, it's usually like the illusion of a good time. And there's a level of like tiny bit of misery there that I love. That I feel like a lot of my work tries to hint at. I am an avid collector of random things. Classic Barney, Magic 8 balls, this great Uno Attack like card dispenser. I am constantly on the hunt for new materials and new things to integrate in my work. Going through eBay or junk stores. I got this great fake fireplace. Been trying to figure out if I could put it into a piece. I think it's too good not to, or to make my own version of. This mechanism they use to emulate fire, it's just a little servo motor. Yeah, just fantastic. I'm gonna use this in something. I feel like a lot of my art kind of brings me down weird rabbit holes. It starts with like a question of, does that work in painting? And then I think, well, what is painting? The art I've been working on as of late walks this tightrope between sculpture, painting, assemblage, just kind of merging everything together. Sometimes the painting goes 6 foot off of a wall, or I break down a wall and make a pumping blood vessel. I'll find one little thing that I'm just like, oh, I know exactly how I could use it in this way or another. This is what like starts whole bodies of work for me. Right now, I'm just kind of carving out little clumps of snow. It'll be this large kind of snow angel here with this deer in the distance. Growing up in West Virginia, my dad was a big hunter, so I was constantly out with him to like hunt for some buck or help drag some deer carcass through the woods. We only had one painting ever in our house, and I thought it was the worst painting ever. And it was this deer in a landscape, this tranquil, perfect, sickly artifice. I always found it kind of repulsive. When I'm thinking about work, I really think about balance, like looking for this duality that's kind of like sweet and disgusting. For the past few months, I've been buying these in bulk. Some people think that they're like almost little symbols of innocence. And kind of like that, you know? I was begrudgingly forced to help my mother decorate things all the time as a kid. Whether it's decorating for Christmas or putting up the Live, Laugh, Love signs that were so Americana it was disgusting. I remember resenting it. Art has always come at least when I was younger, with a level of misery. Whenever I would get into trouble, which was fairly frequently when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch TV, and my parents would give me paper and pencil, and I could make my own cartoons. So I started to play around with cartoon characters I liked and distorting them, and that was kind of the start. I guess that led me to how I paint now. My last show was really loud, and almost like I was screaming into the void. I love color so much, and it's kind of a new challenge for me to make one that's really muted, real black and white almost. Paint is not just whatever Blick sells on their shelves. You can really make it to be whatever you want. Layering in all these other things to get it popping out of the canvas. Pearlescent pigments and glitter, broken pieces of plastic, glass beads. That kind of builds into resin, that builds into foam, that builds into all of these angels and all these sticks or whatever I have that kind of coalesce together. For this piece I'm working on, I really like the idea of a blessing in disguise. It is kind of hilarious and cruel, and thinking of like a level of misery being part of God's plan. So I'm kind of playing with different ways I can go about like kind of abstracting a blessing. I made snow angels all the time as a kid. I guess like I always found them kind of haunting. This fleeting memory of a person. There's something about these things that I hated as a kid. I find myself there still years later. But that's kind of how I work. Going back and finding a way of like appreciating those bits.